Step into a world where words dance like whispers of the wind across ancient landscapes, where emotions echo through the corridors of time, where every syllable is a window to a forgotten era. Welcome, dear listeners, to a mesmerizing odyssey through the enchanting realms of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, brought to life in our captivating YouTube audiobook. As we embark on this immersive journey, we invite you to close your eyes and open your heart to the lyrical tapestries woven by the poetic minds of early medieval England. From the meandering rivers to the shadowy groves, from the bustling town squares to the hushed corners of monasteries, our auditory adventure will unfurl the intricate emotions and cultural nuances that painted the canvas of those distant times. Picture yourself beneath the star-strewn skies, surrounded by the echoes of ages past, as we delve into the mesmerizing melodies of Old English. Our carefully enunciated recitations will transport you to a time when each word held a weight of meaning, a world where lyrical expression was a delicate art form that celebrated the joys, sorrows, and the very essence of human existence. With each elegy that mourns the fleeting moments, with each riddle that challenges the intellect, with each tender verse of love and yearning, we will bridge the chasm between past and present, unearthing the timeless threads that connect us to our ancestral past. You'll trace the footprints of forgotten poets, feel the heartbeat of a society that thrived centuries ago, and discover the unbreakable bond between human emotions and poetic expression. And here's an invitation, a call to join us on this lyrical expedition beyond the confines of the present. To stay connected with the enchantment of words, to explore the depths of literary heritage, and to partake in the harmonious cadence of verse, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel, English Poetry. By becoming a part of our community, you'll embark on a continuous journey through the annals of poetic artistry, unraveling the mystique of diverse genres and eras. So, dear listeners, let the timeless verses of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry be your guide, as we traverse the landscapes of language, emotions, and history. Let your imagination take flight as we navigate through the intricate rhythms and meanings of words long forgotten. Subscribe, tune in, and let the enchantment of English poetry become an eternal companion in your quest for artistic inspiration and cultural enrichment. Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, a mesmerizing facet of the medieval literary landscape, offers us a unique and intimate portal into the hearts and minds of early England. With its delicate cadences, evocative imagery, and raw emotional resonance, this form of poetry is a window through which we can peer into the inner lives, aspirations, and cultural expressions of the Anglo-Saxon people. Let us delve into the rich tapestry of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry and uncover the nuances that make it a captivating and enduring literary legacy. Historical context. Emerging between the 5th and 11th centuries, the Anglo-Saxons were a Germanic people who settled in what is now England. Their poetry, primarily composed in Old English, mirrors the shifts in society, faith, and identity that marked this transformative period. The conversion of the Anglo-Saxons to Christianity in the 7th century infused the poetic expressions with a blend of pagan and Christian themes. Themes and subjects. Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry explores a wide spectrum of themes, often rooted in the joys and sorrows of everyday life. These verses touch upon love, longing, nature, the passage of time, and the transient nature of human existence. Elegies like The Wanderer lament the loss of earthly glory, while poems like The Seafarer delve into the harsh realities of life and the quest for a higher purpose. Structure and style. The poetic form of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is characterized by its adherence to intricate metrical and rhythmic patterns, often employing alliteration to create a melodic flow. Each line is carefully crafted, divided by pauses or caesuras, giving the poetry a distinctive cadence when read aloud. These rhythmic elements not only served to enhance the oral performance of the verses but also contributed to their memorability. Personal and intimate. One of the remarkable qualities of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is its deeply personal nature. These verses offer a glimpse into the emotions, hopes, and fears of individuals within a society. Whether it's the introspective musings of a solitary wanderer or the expressions of yearning from a lover, the poetry creates a sense of immediacy and connection with the human experience. Variety of forms. Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry encompasses diverse forms, including elegies, riddles, charms, and hymns. Elegies, such as The Wife's Lament, convey deep emotions of loss and longing. Riddles, found in the Exeter book, challenge the reader's intellect while weaving intricate metaphorical puzzles. Hymns celebrate the divine, as seen in Cadman's hymn, exalting the glory of the Creator and the wonders of creation. Cultural significance. Beyond individual expression, Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry offers insights into the broader cultural and societal contexts of the time. These verses mirror the Anglo-Saxons' connection to the natural world, the yearning for spiritual solace, and the grappling with the impermanence of life. The poetry serves as a repository of cultural memory, preserving linguistic, historical, and emotional elements of early England. Influence and legacy. The influence of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry extends far beyond its historical epoch. Its rhythmic patterns, use of metaphor, and exploration of human emotions have left an indelible mark on the trajectory of English literature. Elements of this poetry can be traced in the works of later poets, including the Middle English and Renaissance periods, showcasing its enduring impact. In summary, Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is a poignant testament to the power of language as a vehicle for human expression. Through its eloquence and emotional resonance, it bridges the temporal gap, inviting us to engage with the hopes, dreams, and yearnings of an early medieval society. As we immerse ourselves in these verses, we honor the legacy of a literary tradition that transcends time, inviting us to connect with the shared human experience that unites generations past and present. The tapestry of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry reveals an intricate interplay between cultural influences, linguistic evolution, and the expression of spirituality. Here, within the verses that have survived the passage of centuries, we uncover additional layers that enrich our understanding. Pagan echoes. While the Anglo-Saxons embraced Christianity, echoes of their pagan past lingered in their poetry. The concept of weird, or fate, drawn from Germanic beliefs, can be discerned in various poems. This interweaving of pagan and Christian elements adds a fascinating complexity to the themes and worldviews embedded in the poetry. Love and longing. Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry embraces the spectrum of human emotions, including themes of love and longing. While often expressing yearning for a lover, these verses can also signify deeper spiritual desires or allegorical interpretations. Poems like The Husband's Message employ romantic tropes to convey profound messages of devotion and loyalty. Social hierarchy and identity. The poetry reflects the social hierarchy of the time, with a focus on the aristocracy and the role of warriors. Heroic ideals are interwoven with spiritual allegory, merging earthly valor with divine purpose. The Battle of Malden exemplifies this blend of martial prowess and spiritual conviction. Metaphor and symbolism. The use of metaphor and symbolism in Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry transcends mere literary devices. It becomes a way to encode deeper meanings and emotions, often requiring an astute reader to decipher the layers of significance. These metaphors, rooted in the cultural and natural environment, offer a window into the collective imagination of the Anglo-Saxons. Challenges and riddles. Beyond introspection and emotion, the poetry features playful challenges and riddles. These linguistic puzzles showcase the Anglo-Saxons' love for wordplay and intellectual engagement. Through riddles, they invite readers to unravel enigmatic descriptions, bridging the gap between ancient and modern minds. Regional and dialectal nuances. The diverse regions and dialects within Anglo-Saxon England are reflected in the poetry. Variations in language, vocabulary, and style provide glimpses into the localized cultural identities that contributed to the broader Anglo-Saxon mosaic. Economic and agricultural insights. Some poems offer insights into the economic and agricultural aspects of the society. The Season's Lament, for example, paints a vivid picture of the challenges faced by farmers and the deep connection between the people and the land. Continuity of themes. The themes explored in Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry continue to resonate throughout literary history. Concepts of fleeting youth, the inevitability of death, and the quest for meaning find echoes in works from different eras, showcasing the enduring relevance of these human concerns. Digital resonance. In the digital age, Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry finds new life and resonance. Online platforms and multimedia formats provide accessibility, enabling audiences from around the world to engage with these ancient verses. This digital interconnectedness mirrors the poetry's original role as an oral and communal form of expression. In delving further into the rich expanse of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, we unearth a treasure trove of insights into the multi-dimensional cultural, spiritual, and linguistic landscapes of early England. These verses serve as both a reflection of their time and a bridge connecting us to the intricate tapestry of human experience across the ages. Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry carries within its lines a profound sense of nostalgia and reverence for the past. The poems often evoke a sense of longing for a bygone era, a world that has faded into the mists of time. This yearning for a lost golden age reflects the Anglo-Saxons' awareness of the passage of time and the desire to connect with ancestral traditions. The poetic expressions of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry are not confined to the realm of words alone. The surviving manuscripts often feature intricate decorations and illuminations, showcasing the visual artistry that complemented the lyrical narratives. These visual elements, intertwined with the poetry, offer a multi-sensory experience that engages both the eye and the ear. The role of women in Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry extends beyond the realm of romantic or symbolic figures. Some poems provide glimpses into the lives and experiences of women within the society, shedding light on their roles, emotions, and relationships. These depictions challenge stereotypes and offer alternative perspectives on the diverse roles that women played in early medieval England. The influence of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is not limited to the English-speaking world. Translations of these poems into various languages have introduced these ancient verses to global audiences. This cross-cultural exchange highlights the universal themes embedded within the poetry, making it a testament to the timeless human condition. In addition to the written word, the performative aspect of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry was a crucial part of its existence. These poems were meant to be recited, chanted, or sung aloud, often in communal gatherings. The act of sharing these verses created a sense of unity and collective identity, fostering a shared experience that transcended individual isolation. The sacred and profane intertwine in Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, reflecting the complex intersection of the spiritual and the worldly. Some poems, like Dior's Lament, blend Christian and pagan elements, showcasing the evolving religious landscape and the gradual assimilation of different belief systems. The physical manuscripts containing Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry offer insights into the material culture of the time. The meticulous craftsmanship involved in creating these manuscripts underscores the value placed on preserving and transmitting cultural heritage. The act of copying and illuminating these verses was a labor of love that speaks to the dedication of scribes and artisans. Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is a testament to the resilience of language. The survival of these verses through the tumultuous centuries is a testament to the enduring power of storytelling and the human drive to communicate across generations. These poems not only provide a window into the past but also celebrate the inherent beauty and potency of language itself. In the digital age, the exploration of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is not confined to traditional scholarly avenues. Online platforms, podcasts, and social media have opened up new avenues for engaging with these ancient verses, enabling a wider audience to connect with the poetic heritage of early England. In essence, Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is a symphony of voices from the past, echoing across time and space to resonate with contemporary audiences. It is a reflection of human aspirations, emotions, and yearnings, a testament to the enduring capacity of poetry to bridge the gap between generations and cultures. As we immerse ourselves in these verses, we become part of a timeless conversation, joining hands with those who have pondered the mysteries of life through the beauty of language and song. Amidst the elegies and introspective verses, Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry also captures moments of exaltation and celebration. Poems like The Battle of Brunanburh commemorate historical events and victories, offering a glimpse into the martial spirit and the glorification of heroic achievements that were valued in the society. The influence of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry on later literary traditions is a rich tapestry of intertextuality. Elements of these ancient verses can be discerned in the works of later poets, such as Geoffrey Chaucer, who drew inspiration from the rhythmic patterns and themes. This continuity of influence illustrates the enduring resonance of these poems across centuries. Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is not limited to the solitary expression of the individual. Some poems, like The Gifts of Men, underscore the importance of communal identity and the contributions of many to the fabric of society. These verses serve as a reminder of the interconnectedness of people within the social framework. The beauty of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry lies not only in its eloquence but also in its simplicity. These verses often employ straightforward language and vivid imagery to convey profound emotions and concepts. This accessibility allowed the poetry to transcend social and educational boundaries, reaching a wide audience. The exploration of the natural world in Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is not merely ornamental but reflects a deep reverence for the environment. Nature is often imbued with symbolic significance, representing both the divine order and the mutable cycles of life. This ecological sensitivity resonates with contemporary discussions on our relationship with the natural world. The survival of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is a testament to the efforts of preservation and the enduring value placed on cultural heritage. From the monastic scriptoria to modern archives, the journey of these poems through time is a story of human commitment to safeguarding knowledge and artistry. While many poems are attributed to known authors, the collaborative nature of oral tradition is evident in the variations and adaptations of the verses over time. This collective participation in the evolution of the poetry underscores the communal engagement and the malleable nature of artistic expression. The emotions expressed in Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry are not confined to a single emotional register. While some poems convey sorrow and melancholy, others radiate optimism and joy. This emotional spectrum serves as a reminder that the human experience is multifaceted and encompasses a range of sentiments. The study of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is an ongoing endeavor that continues to yield new discoveries. Advances in technology, linguistic analysis, and interdisciplinary research have brought fresh perspectives, shedding light on previously unnoticed nuances and layers of meaning within these ancient verses. In contemplating the rich terrain of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, we embrace a literary heritage that encapsulates the human journey, its trials and triumphs, its questions and reflections. These verses connect us to the distant echoes of a past civilization while illuminating the universal threads of our shared human narrative. As we embark on this exploration, we become part of a continuum, honoring the legacy of those who painted their souls upon the canvas of language, leaving an indelible mark on the tapestry of human expression. Amidst the verses of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, we encounter a fascinating interplay between the oral and written traditions. While these poems were likely passed down through generations via oral recitation, they eventually found their way into written manuscripts. This transition from the spoken to the written word speaks to the dynamic evolution of language and the transformative power of literature as a medium of communication. The Anglo-Saxon poets often employed kennings and metaphorical expressions that added layers of depth to their verses. Kennings, or compound metaphors, allowed poets to condense complex ideas into succinct and imaginative phrases. These linguistic devices not only showcased the poet's creativity but also engaged the audience's intellect, inviting them to decipher the hidden meanings. Within the realm of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, we find echoes of social rituals and customs that were integral to the fabric of daily life. Some poems allude to feasting and mead halls, providing insights into the communal gatherings and festivities that brought people together. These glimpses into social practices offer a holistic understanding of the Anglo-Saxon experience. The concept of memory and remembrance is a recurring motif in Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry. Poems like The Ruin evoke a sense of nostalgia for grand structures of the past, while also contemplating the impermanence of human creations. The exploration of memory becomes a contemplation on the enduring impact of time on both individuals and civilizations. In the study of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, we also encounter the challenges of textual preservation and interpretation. The survival of these poems is often the result of meticulous copying by scribes across generations. However, the passage of time has led to gaps, omissions, and alterations in the manuscripts, adding an element of mystery and prompting scholars to engage in detective work to reconstruct the original texts. The exploration of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is not limited to literary analysis alone. It extends to disciplines such as linguistics, history, archaeology, and even music. Through interdisciplinary collaboration, scholars have pieced together a multi-dimensional understanding of the cultural contexts, linguistic evolution, and performative aspects that influence these verses. The spiritual and the temporal converge in Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, reflecting the dual nature of existence in the early medieval period. These verses often express a tension between the material and the divine, inviting contemplation on the interplay between worldly pursuits and spiritual aspirations. This philosophical exploration adds a layer of philosophical depth to the poetry. As we engage with Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, we encounter the concept of the scop, the bardic figure responsible for composing and reciting poetry. The role of the scop extended beyond mere entertainment. These poets held a crucial place in society as storytellers, historians, and keepers of cultural memory, underscoring the power of poetry to shape collective identity. The geographical and cultural diversity within Anglo-Saxon England is reflected in the poetry, offering a mosaic of perspectives and experiences. Poems from different regions and periods provide glimpses into the various communities that comprise the Anglo-Saxon world, highlighting the richness of this cultural tapestry. In essence, Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is a mirror that reflects the complexity, diversity, and depth of an early medieval society. It invites us to traverse the landscapes of language, thought, and emotion, connecting us to a realm of human experience that resonates across time. Through these verses, we become witnesses to the intricate interplay between the individual and the collective, the past and the present, and the enduring power of artistic expression. The intercultural exchanges and influences that shaped Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry reveal a broader tapestry of connections. The Anglo-Saxons were not isolated. They interacted with neighboring cultures and were influenced by Scandinavian, Celtic, and Latin traditions. This cross-pollination is evident in the themes, motifs, and even linguistic elements present in the poetry. Within the realm of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, the exploration of emotions extends beyond the individual to encompass the collective psyche. Poems like The Dream of the Rood personify objects or concepts, giving them voices to convey complex emotions and perspectives. This personification provides a lens through which the broader society's sentiments and beliefs are magnified. The role of memory and storytelling in Anglo-Saxon society is reflected in the poetry's function as a repository of cultural heritage. These verses served as a means of transmitting historical narratives, moral lessons, and ancestral wisdom to successive generations. In this sense, the poetry becomes a bridge between eras, carrying forward the legacy of the past. The study of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is also an exploration of linguistic evolution. The Old English language of the poems is a precursor to modern English, and the poetry showcases the gradual shifts in grammar, vocabulary, and syntax. This linguistic journey allows us to trace the evolution of our language and the rich tapestry of linguistic lineage. While some Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is anonymous, certain poets, such as Cadman, have been preserved through historical records and later references. The study of these poets' lives and contributions adds a biographical dimension to the exploration, enabling us to connect with individual voices within the broader chorus of poetic expression. Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is not confined to the realm of literature, it extends into the visual arts as well. The rich imagery and symbolism of the poetry find resonance in the intricate carvings, manuscripts, and artifacts of the period. The convergence of poetic and visual elements offers a holistic experience of the cultural milieu. As a reflection of the society it emerged from, Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry captures the rituals and rites that defined daily life. The poetry often alludes to religious practices, feasts, and communal gatherings, painting a vivid portrait of the rituals that bound the Anglo-Saxon community together. The exploration of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry reveals the dynamic nature of interpretation and adaptation. As scholars engage with these ancient verses, they grapple with questions of meaning, intent, and context. The act of interpretation is a continuous dialogue between the past and the present, enriching our understanding of the poetry's multifaceted layers. The engagement with Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry extends beyond academia, finding resonance in creative expressions across various mediums. Musicians, artists, and performers have drawn inspiration from these verses, infusing them with new life and interpretations that bridge the temporal divide. Ultimately, the legacy of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is a testament to the enduring power of human creativity and expression. It invites us to embark on a journey of discovery, not only into the distant past but also into the inner landscapes of the human heart and mind. As we navigate the intricate terrain of these verses, we become part of a timeless conversation, embracing the profound interplay between words, emotions, and the inexorable march of history. The oral tradition that underpins Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry carries with it a sense of immediacy and intimacy. These verses were crafted to be recited and shared in communal settings, where the spoken word held a magical power to captivate and connect. The auditory experience of hearing these poems would have stirred emotions, evoking a sense of unity among the listeners. The concept of fame and reputation occupies a significant place in Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry. Poems like Widsith and Dior celebrate the accomplishments of historical and legendary figures, weaving their exploits into the fabric of cultural identity. These verses underscore the importance of legacy and the desire for one's deeds to be remembered. Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is not limited to the written word, it also finds expression in the material artifacts of the era. Runes, the ancient script of the Germanic peoples, often appear on objects such as jewelry, weapons, and monuments. The marriage of words and objects deepens our understanding of the poetry's role in shaping material culture. The themes of exile and displacement in Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry reflect the societal upheavals of the time, including invasions and migrations. These poems capture the feelings of displacement, longing for home, and the search for belonging. The exploration of these emotions transcends the historical context and resonates with the universal human experience. Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry not only reflects the emotional and cultural landscape of the Anglo-Saxons but also provides a glimpse into the mechanics of language itself. The rhythm, meter, and alliteration demonstrate a keen awareness of the sound and structure of language, revealing the intricate craftsmanship involved in crafting each line. The surviving manuscripts that contain Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry are invaluable artifacts that offer insights into the material conditions of the time. These manuscripts were painstakingly created by scribes who meticulously copied the verses by hand. The physicality of these manuscripts underscores the tangible connection between the past and the present. The echoes of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry can be heard in modern English idioms, phrases, and expressions. Elements of the poetic language have seeped into everyday speech, a testament to the enduring impact of these verses on the evolution of the English language. The concept of comitatus, the reciprocal relationship between a lord and his retainers, finds resonance in Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry. Poems like The Battle of Maldon depict the loyalty and camaraderie between warriors and their leaders, reflecting the social bonds that defined the warrior culture of the time. As we delve deeper into the layers of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, we uncover not just the words on the page, but a portal to an entire universe of thought, emotion, and human experience. These verses transcend the boundaries of time and culture, inviting us to embark on a journey of exploration and contemplation that enriches our connection to the past and deepens our understanding of what it means to be human. In the world of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, we encounter a fascinating intersection of the sacred and the profane. Poems like The Wife's Lament and The Husband's Message blend personal emotions with religious and social themes, creating a complex tapestry of meaning that defies easy categorization. This fusion of the mundane and the spiritual invites us to explore the intricate ways in which the Anglo-Saxons navigated the complexities of their world. The use of repetition in Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry serves both aesthetic and mnemonic functions. Repetition of words, phrases, and entire lines adds a rhythmic quality to the verses, enhancing their oral performance. Moreover, this repetition aids in memorization, a crucial aspect in a society where the preservation of knowledge relied heavily on the ability to remember and transmit information. As we engage with Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, we step into a realm where the boundaries between reality and imagination are blurred. The use of vivid imagery and metaphor transports us to dreamlike landscapes, where the physical and metaphysical coexist. This imagery is not merely decorative, it serves as a vehicle for conveying complex emotions and concepts that resonate on multiple levels. The cultural context of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is embedded in the geography of the land itself. Poems often reference specific locations, natural features, and landmarks, anchoring the verses within a tangible landscape. This connection between the poetic imagination and the physical world enriches our understanding of the Anglo-Saxons' intimate relationship with their environment. In delving into the religious themes of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, we encounter a rich tapestry of beliefs and cosmology. Poems like The Dream of the Rood personify the cross and convey a deeply theological narrative, offering insights into the spiritual underpinnings of the society. This spiritual exploration encompasses not only Christian concepts but also remnants of pagan mythos. Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry is a testament to the power of language to transcend time and space. Through the act of reading or reciting these verses, we bridge the gap between the present and the past, engaging in a dialogue with the minds and voices of those who lived centuries ago. This dialogue extends beyond the literary realm, inviting us to contemplate the universality of human experience. The concept of fate, deeply ingrained in Anglo-Saxon culture, permeates the poetry. Poems like The Seafarer grapple with the inevitability of destiny and the uncertainties of life's journey. The exploration of fate underscores the existential questions that have preoccupied humanity across cultures and epochs. In the exploration of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, we navigate the nuances of translation and interpretation. The process of rendering Old English into modern languages is a delicate art, requiring careful consideration of linguistic nuances, cultural contexts, and the elusive shades of meaning that shape each word. This process invites us to reflect on the malleability of language and the interpretive nature of literary engagement. As we traverse the diverse terrain of Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry, we encounter not only the written words but the voices of a people long gone, reaching out across time to share their joys, sorrows, and aspirations. These verses are not static artifacts but living vessels of human expression, inviting us to join in a timeless conversation that enriches our understanding of both the past and ourselves. So this is all for Anglo-Saxon lyric poetry. For more videos on English poetry, subscribe the channel English Poetry.